Hey, good morning. I'm Patricia Murphy. It's Wednesday. This is Seattle Now. Valentine's Day is on Saturday this year. If you're planning to head out on your own or with your love, stick around. Seattle Times food critic Tan Vinh is here with some suggestions for dining out. But first, let's get you caught up. A federal judge in Seattle has tossed out a lawsuit against a Washington man for allegedly infiltrating and doxing a white nationalist group. Tacoma News-Tribune reports David Capito used a fake identity to join a chapter of Patriot Front. While in the group, he reportedly gathered information on members' identities and private chats, then released them online. 5 group members sued, saying the man's actions led to a campaign of threats and harassment. But Judge Richard A. Jones said the legal basis for the lawsuit was flawed and dismissed the case. Financial education could become a high school graduation requirement in Washington. A proposal in the state Senate would require students to learn about spending and saving, credit cards, and financial decision-making. In years past, similar bills have garnered bipartisan support but didn't make it to the finish line. There's a public hearing on this new proposal at 10:30 this morning. And here's some good news about a local movie theater. Don't hear that very often. The Seattle Times reports the Tasvir Film Festival in Columbia City plans to open for year-round programming starting next Friday. The nonprofit, which highlights South Asian films, took over the space last March after the Arc Lodge Cinemas closed down. The opening films are Cactus Pears and All That's Left of You. Check back for more headlines on tonight's episode of Seattle Now. Let's be honest, Valentine's Day is a commercial holiday, but at the end of the day, it's really about showing people you care about them. That could be a friend, a family member, or a romantic partner. Heck, even self-love is important. Valentine's Day is on Saturday this year, a big deal for restaurants. Also, going to make it pretty difficult to get a table at your favorite romantic spot. Maybe you're a planner and already have a dinner reservation, but if not, there is still time. Seattle Times food writer Tan Vinh is here to help us out with some restaurant suggestions to help make your Valentine's Day special. Tan, good to see you.
Good to see you, Trish. Thanks for having me.
Well, Valentine's Day, like we mentioned, on a Saturday this year. That changes things a little bit. What do you think people should understand?
That it's Saturday night, so you have the lovebirds, the guys and the girls who plan well, and you have just the party-hardy, usual bar hoppers. You have 2 things going on, a lot of chaos. So plan well. This is not the night to not be planning if you want a romantic date.
Oh, that's smart. Okay, well, obviously it is a big deal for restaurants. So what does this mean for service? How do they think about this day?
Yeah. They think about it as a business transaction. And you should too, because don't think Valentine's Day is, hey, I'm going to take my loved ones to our favorite restaurant. Because the menu will likely be different because most Valentine's Day's meal is a set menu.
Oh.
So if you go to a restaurant where you have 5 options for appetizers, entree, surprise, you're not getting as many options. And they do this for a couple reasons. One is because they want to churn and burn. They usually don't have a big staff on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And how you get around that is you have a set menu. It's easy, Trish. Even you and I could cook on Valentine's Day. Because if we know the menu is just 2 salad options, 3 entrees, usually 1 vegetarian, 1 seafood, 1 meat, and 1 dessert that's vegan friendly. Boom. That's your Valentine's Day menu. Don't pick places just because you've eaten well in the past. Look at what is on the menu. See if you like it. And 2, and this is more of a European problem, but it is an American problem on Valentine's Day, and that is in Europe, people dine for 3 hours easily. In the United States, we don't dine for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And you don't know this, Trish, and most listeners don't know this, but most restaurants in Seattle have a 2-hour dining limit.
Oh, my.
And the reason why you don't notice this, because Americans eat so fast, they're out within an hour or an hour and 15 minutes. Well, guess what happens on Valentine's Day? People linger.
Yeah.
Trust me, on Valentine's Day, if you want your romantic dinner to turn very businesslike. Watch what happens if you linger for close to 2 hours. A server will kick you out because they have reservations. They need to clean that table.
They got to turn that table.
Yeah, so Trish, get the hell out of here. Your 2 hours are up. So keep that in mind.
Well, what makes a restaurant romantic, Tan? As a critic, do you have a criteria?
The criteria for me is if you don't notice the other tables. And this is so hard to pull off, right? Every table is going to be packed. All the tables are going to be kind of squished in. So how do you make it romantic? One, it's the lighting. It's hopefully so that you can't see the other tables, with a sound where you can't hear the other table. But pretty much, are you so in love where you don't notice everyone else? That pretty much it comes down to, because seriously, Valentine's Day, the table are packed. You're going to hear other tables.
Yeah.
So if you're bored, you're going to hear the conversation one table over.
Yeah.
There's no way around that.
Yeah. For me, a romantic restaurant must have a booth. And probably in the back of a dive bar. That, for me, is about as romantic as I appreciate.
Yeah. And you want to talk about booth or prime real estate.
Yeah.
Trish, it's hard to pull that one off. To get a booth, you probably have to book reservation in January.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this now, I'm sorry. You're kind of late.
Too late. All right. Well, what if you want to be flashy? You got some money to throw around here. Let's talk about Seattle's fancy schmancy romantic places.
Yeah. I would zig when everyone zag. Don't pick the obvious. Pick a restaurant that your mate has not been to, or pick someone that shows that you really put some effort into this. One I would say is iconic on Mount Baker. Is a Japanese-French fancy fusion restaurant. Really nice in Mount Baker. Not a lot of people know about it, but it's very well respected. A lot of chefs love this restaurant, and it's just perfect for Valentine's Day because, the chef does great dishes there, and it's like a 3-course dinner. It's mostly booked as we're taping this, but, and here's the big but, and this drives restaurants crazy, Trish. When you pick a restaurant and they say it's fully booked, do not be discouraged. One, they most likely have a waiting list. Get on the waiting list. And two, in Seattle, it drives restaurants crazy that they book multiple restaurants for Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
And they cancel the others, or they pick one and they cancel the rest coming up to Valentine's
Scandalous.
Day. And it drives restaurants crazy because now you now they have a free table that they could have booked if you were to cancel earlier.
Yeah.
For listeners out there, as a public service, I get it. You want to impress your dates, so you have 3 restaurants that you booked. Just pick one and pick one fast.
All right. On the flip side, where should you go to get the most bang for your buck? Romance on a budget, Tan, which is probably a good portion of this city right now.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned city. The best deal is to go outside the city. I love White Center. And White Center technically is outside the city limits. A great place, Trish, is Tomo. It's a high-end restaurant. On Valentine's week, they run a special aged steak special dinner. And for those who have not been to Tomo, they do some of the best steaks in King County. They do take reservation on Valentine's Day. If you're listening to this now, it's likely booked fully. But what I say, one, get on the waiting list. I know they have one. And two, for those who don't know, Tomo has kind of sort of a hidden patio in the back. It's heated so as to be booked in the back patio.
All right.
I'll give you another city that's great on a budget, and that's Berrien. This is where all the chefs and the young cooks have moved to. Go to Stevie's Famous Pizza, get a pizza, and go next door to a wine bar called Humble Vine. That's one of my favorite wine bars in King County. And they have glasses. They have 8 bubbles by the glass. And it's cheap as $9 or $10. Because, when you think V-Day, you're thinking champagne, sparkling wine. Bring your pizza here. You have pretty much a sparkling wine menu in front of you, and it's as cheap as $9 or $10. And for guys and girls out there who don't know about wine or champagne or what have you, the key word here is champagne. Champagne will cost you a fortune. It will cost you a lot. So if you're on a budget, you go to a place like Humble Vine and you avoid words like champagne, and anything other than champagne like a cava, prosecco, will be $9 to $10 a glass. I would take it one step further. I would buy a bottle, and it's only $30 at Humble Vine. And it's not your typical wine bar. They have couches. They have a fireplace.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and I would go there. Nearby is Logan Brewery, tasting room. Also, take your pizza there. More casual, but hey, it's so different, right? And this is a great place for you, Trish, because you've been married for a while, right?
Yep, 20 plus years, Tom.
There you go. See, this is a great date place for you, Trish, because, I don't know, hopefully you're not trying to impress your mate and he's not trying to impress you.
We've done that.
Right. And this is it's just great. It's casual. You don't have to deal with other people and interrupting you. It's just, I think this is much more romantic.
Yeah, I'm down for low-key romance. I really am. All right, what about newcomers to the city? We have tons of newcomers, Tan. How should someone who isn't tuned into Seattle's dining scene go about choosing a restaurant?
The great thing and the bad thing about social media is everyone does a list around this time, right? Hey, 10 great places to take Valentine's date or what have you. So I would say avoid those because if you follow those lists, you follow Yelp, I'm sorry, surprise, you pop up these restaurants, it's full. There's a long line and you can't get in. I would pick neighborhoods, less popular neighborhoods. What do we know about Valentine's Day? Capitol Hill will be packed.
Yeah.
I would go to a drag like on Beacon Hill, Beacon Avenue South. They have, Trish, easily, I think, if not the best restaurant row, one of the best restaurant row. This is where my favorite restaurant is, Bar del Corso, Homer's nearby, and Family Friend. And this is how you want to play it. Go to a row like this, and because you can pick a place here and there. And I would say this is great for also procrastinators or people who don't have reservation. So what you do is you go to Family Friend on Valentine's Day. It will be popular on Valentine's Day, but they do not take reservations. It's walk-in only. So try there first. And this is what's great. They will take your name down if they do not have a seat, and they will call you when a table is ready. And it gets better, Trish, because what I say, this is one of the best restaurant row in the city. If you walk them down this row, Trish, there are, count them, 3 other wine bars, including a champagne bar and a dive bar.
There you go.
So pick one wine bar. Hell, hit all 3 and a dive bar. And I guarantee you, by the time you're done with this block,
Throw yourself in a cab.
There you go. Your table will be ready at Family Friend. There you go.
We talked a little bit about the fact that I like to tuck into the back booth somewhere. What if you're single or you just reject the spectacle of Valentine's Day? Where can you hide out?
Oh, man. The number one place is Cannon. Cannon is our fancy cocktail bar on Capitol Hill. And can I tell you, I call them, and they're a hush-hush. They won't tell me they're going to do it again this year. The term they used is Valentine's Day's Massacre. And what this means is this is a place for singles. So if you go in as a couple, if you hold hand with your loved ones, go lovey-dovey, they have a squirt gun, and they will squirt you. And they encourage other people to squirt you.
Wow. All right, so no public displays of affection at Cannon.
At Cannon. In years past, they've been hush-hush. I'm guessing they are going to do it again. They just don't want to tell people about it, but they're notorious for doing this in years past.
Okay.
You got to have a sense of humor.
All right, well, we kind of talked about at this point, you're reaching critical mass with reservations in the city. How should listeners who don't have a reservation anywhere yet approach things at this point?
I tell you what, if you're in the Seattle area, this is a great city for procrastinators and guys and girls who can't plan. Because Seattle is just inundated with so many restaurants. And the answer is always the bar area, Trish. And I'll give you one of my trade secrets as a restaurant critic. New restaurants opening in this city are hard to get a table, but bar seating is not. So you can go to any of the hot openings in the city if you're willing to sit at the bar. That same rule applies to Valentine's Day. 1, we talked about Family Friend.
Yeah.
2, nearby is Musang, one of the hottest restaurants in the city. It's a Filipino, I would say high-end contemporary restaurant, also on Beacon Hill. It's impossible to get a reservation, I'm sure, on Valentine's Day. But guess what? They have a bar area. And I did confirm with James Beard, nominated chef, that it will be open seating on Valentine's Day. So grab one of those seats if you can. And again, put your name down, walk around in Beacon Hill. Another place, I'll throw out a wild card there. This is a great place, not just if you don't have plans, but also if you want something different. That is a place called Lonely Siren. I know, it doesn't sound romantic, right? Lonely Siren. But Lonely Siren is a really good restaurant that no one knows about. And the reason why is it's on the backside of Pike Place Market. And it's so hard to find that I would recommend people GPS it because you'll just get lost in the maze that is Pike Place Market. It is a Portuguese tapas, small plate dinner place. They will take reservation on Valentine's Day, but also they have a lounge and bar area. It's open seating. And what's great about this place, Trish, is I like the way the lounge is set up. They have lounge that are facing the streets on Western Avenue, and you look down, you get a bird's eye view, people watching. It's just a beautiful place to be. And really good dish. One of my favorite dish is a potato, I would say it's potato lasagna is the best way to describe it. They call it potato bravas, but it's a 17-layer potato dish.
Oh my God.
It's so rich and creamy and so cheesy that you have to share it with your significant other. If you do the bar route, try to get the corner of the table. Because when you sit at a bar, it's like you're watching a movie. You can't stare at your date, right? So you want a corner seat so that way you don't have to strain your neck to look at your
comfortable
partner, right?
Yeah.
Because it's always weird. I feel like I'm at some high school basement party where the seats are up against a wall. And it's weird, right? How do you look at someone? I don't know. This is me being always like, oh, my neck hurt. I'm straining my neck to having to make eye contact.
Posture becomes very important. We started this conversation by talking about how Valentine's Day is really about showing people you care about them and your friends and family that you love them. It doesn't have to happen on Valentine's Day. If I want to skip all of this entirely, where am I going after the 14th is over?
You pretty much have any choice you want because by then, people are tied because one, it's Valentine's Day, and two, hopefully the Seahawks will win the Super Bowl. So they're over that, right? They're recovering. All the restaurants are recovering from the hangover, the Super Bowl, the madness. So really, that's the easiest time. That's the best kept
Anywhere
secret.
you want.
Anywhere you want, because you have Valentine's Day behind you and you have the celebration of the Seahawks winning, knock on wood, behind you. And then people are just hungover.
It's wide open.
Right?
Tan Vinh, Seattle Times food writer and massive friend of the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Trish.
Appreciate you listening to Seattle Now, and thanks to our generous donors. You make the show go. You can give Seattle Now an extra boost by clicking the link in the show notes and rating and reviewing the show on your podcast app. Today's episode was produced by Vaughn Jones. It was edited by Caroline Chamberlain Gomez. Our production team also includes Andy Hurst, Brooklyn Jamerson Flowers, and Paige Browning. Greg Kramer does our theme music. Seattle Now and KUOW Public Radio are members of the NPR network. I'm Patricia Murphy. See you later for Evening Headlines.